Welcome back to the Game Room. Today we've got a brand new gameplay trailer for Project Motor Racing. We've also got new information on multiplayer, and we got some new cars and a new track. So sit back and let's check it out. In addition to the video and the screenshots, we also got a full press release too. We'll be talking about this a little bit later, but just wanted to let you know it exists and it just kind of breaks everything down one by one. Honestly, I think the gameplay trailer is probably the big thing today, so let's jump right in and check that out because it's going to give you a lot of the information that you need to know about everything going on today.
In Project Motor Racing's Ranked Online, we don't just want to simulate the race. We want to simulate the pre-race butterflies in your stomach, the elation when it all comes together, and the agony when you know you zigged when you should have zagged. To gain access to Ranked Online Racing, you'll first be asked to complete a license test, inspired by real-world regional and international competition procedures, and for the same reason, to ensure drivers on the grid know what they're doing. Don't worry if you fail right away, you can always try again. Your license test results will give you an initial driver rating, a simple 0 to 100 tag that combines both cleanliness and finishing position into one easy-to-understand number. This rating, that will change based on your results throughout your online career, is used to sort you into races with rivals of a similar skill level. So far, nothing new. But here's where we're doing things a little differently. As racers, we all know that GT4 cars are not even close to the same thing as Group C prototypes, which is why you'll be assigned a driver rating for every car class in Project Motor Racing, so that no matter what you race, you'll be seated appropriately. This means you can, as in real racing, be a GT legend while also being a relative rookie in prototypes. Your career, your choice. Focus on mastering just one discipline, or try mastering them all. It's up to you. Ranked races are all part of month-long championships for each car class. Your two best races from each week count towards your championship standing, with the points scored based not only on your finishing position, but how strong your opponents are. Pull an all-nighter to farm wins against easy opponents? Come on now. Hit a couple of different win milestones, and you also unlock access to special championships, crossplay cups, and endurance races reserved for PMR's most experienced drivers. No esports contracts here, no NDAs you gotta sign, it's all built right into the sim. We're not the first to take online racing seriously. We know that. But we're excited to launch a no-subscription online ranked career within Project Motor Racing. You up for the challenge?
So what do you think about that? I think the licensing is great. I also like that it's free multiplayer, but then again, there's not very many games that charge for their multiplayer, so it's not really that new or exciting. Just gotta call it like it is. So I'm not quite sure if this is everything that we've got in our multiplayer garage yet or not, but at least we could see this. I do enjoy seeing the MX-5 in there. I've got one of the MX-5s. It's a road car, to be fair, but I really like it, so I'm looking forward to driving those. They say you go through.
Racing, you'll first be asked to complete a license test.
Yeah, got to do the license test. That's going to be kind of neat as well. I'm usually very poor at those. I'll be excited to see how I do personally. It also tells us what everything is right here as well. So your PMR license test is an 8-lap race at Lime Rock Park in the Mazda MX-5 spec. To unlock your ranked online license, you will need to complete this test. Your goal is to finish within 8 minutes and 40 seconds. The license test both prepares you for your competitive online racing and will also set your initial online rank based on your total race time. After you run, you'll see the results and your professional rank. You can accept this rank, or you can retry the test as many times as you would like. You can also have the option to exit and try again later. If you choose to continue, your starting rank will be locked in and you won't be able to retake the license test. You can aim for a consistent, clean laps. This test is about assigning you an accurate rank, not about winning the race outright. So that is pretty neat. Of course, we've got the begin license test down there at the bottom left, and it gives us all the specs on what we've got. So we have our car at the very top. You can even see the livery, so that's kind of cool. You've got Lime Rock Park. Opponents are going to be 4, and difficulty is at 100%. We've got our target, the race time. As far as session goes, weather is hot, 1400, so it's going to be 2 o'clock p.m., and to begin the test. Super neat. Something else that we get to see, and we've seen this a couple times, but it is nice to see again. At the top, we have our sectors. So it tells us where we're, doing our best, when we're up, when we're down. Looks like whoever's driving this, Ben Collins maybe, I'm not sure, get a purple sector in the first sector. That's kind of cool. Down at the bottom right, we could see our tire temperatures. We should have our brake temperature in there as well. We could see that we're on hard tires, how much bar we've got in there, the temperatures as well. A lot of heat going through those front lefts, where the ones on the right, maybe not so much. And then down at the bottom, we can see all this stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of this, but I guess I'll probably be watching the stuff in the car more when I'm driving anyway. Still, out of habit from what I've driven in video games over the past years, I am going to have to get used to not having a really cool setup for like a tack or whatever on the side. They also said something right here.
To ensure drivers on the grid know what they're doing.
That is not something that we are used to seeing. So very excited about that specific thing. I'm probably going to be a lot lower down than I would expect to be or that I want to be, but I am really excited about this. It seems more and more they talk about this game, the more it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And that's going to be easy and super inclusive for all kinds of players of all different abilities. Sweet. It is mentioned, of course, that if, something happens, you could try again. We've got resume, restart, retire, replay, cockpit setup, settings, and quit there, in case you were curious about the pause menu. Once you are done, this is the screen you're going to see, and it says you have passed the PMR license test and have been assigned the following rating, a 92 in Division 1. You can now access online ranked races. You may press complete to enter ranked online. You will be assigned the above rating and will not be able to attempt the license test again. So again, make sure you've got either a good or I guess bad or whatever, however you want to go with that, or just try your best like I'm going to. You may also choose to retake the license test as many times as you please, or return to the main menu and try again. But please be aware the above rating will be removed and you will have to earn a new rating based on your next license test attempt. Another screen that we've got is this one right here. So this kind of gives us our here GT4 World Championship Mount Panorama Circuit Grand Prix setup. So this kind of gives us our overviews. So every month we've got a couple races. You could see how we've got the ratings there. You must participate in at least 2 events in every round in the schedule in order to qualify, etc., etc., etc. So going all the way down. And then we can also kind of see right through here how many laps we've got. It looks like most everything is going to be 20 laps. But at the top, it shows us exactly what Mr. Ben Collins has got. A global rating of 77, class rating of 92 in Division 1, how many starts, how many poles, and how many wins. So after all of that, being able to see some of the new screens, see into the game a little bit more, which is always nice. I'm a big fan of finding out the UI and how everything's going to work with me playing the game. This right here is, I think, some of the most cool stuff. Check this out.
As racers, we all know that GT4 cars are not even close to the same thing as Group C prototypes, which is why you'll be assigned a driver rating for every car class in Project Motor Racing, so that no matter what you race, you'll be seated appropriately. This means
there you go. Yes! Yes, that's awesome. In the video, they've said you could be a GT legend while still being a rookie in prototypes, of course. That is probably the way most of us are going to be anyway, but I imagine there'll be some people that are really rocking those prototypes. There's another one that I want to talk about, and these are the ranked races going on through the month. So we talked about this a little bit right near the beginning, but this is definitely a part that I wanted you guys to see.
Ranked races are all part of month-long championships for each car class. Your 2 best races from each week count towards your championship standing, with the points scored based not only on your finishing position, but how strong your opponents are. Pulling all-nighter to farm wins against easy opponents? Come on now.
So there that is. That's pretty cool. I'm definitely one of those people that would have done that. I haven't played a ton of multiplayer when it comes to racing. I really prefer just run AI and just kind of do my own thing and have a little bit more like control without, consequences. It's kind of my thing. So that's the way I tend to race, at least in racing games. I've got a pretty good idea of how I'm going to start with PMR, but that's kind of the way that's going to be. So that's very cool, but there's more. Check this out.
Hit a couple of different win milestones, and you also unlock access to special championships, crossplay cups, and endurance races reserved for PMR's most experienced drivers. No esports contracts here, no NDAs you got to sign, It's all built right into the sim.
How cool is that? Everything's just built right into that. Everything's ready to go. That's really neat. This game is kind of turning out to be like the racing game that a lot of people have wanted. I'm still interested to see how in-depth and how crazy the single player is, because that's kind of where I spend most of my time. I may do a couple multiplayers. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. May have to jump on the racing sim back there and give it a shot. But that is super cool. I've said that a lot this video. So that's the end of this. It's kind of part one of this video. Project Motor Race pre-order now, 25th of November, 2025. I do have a link down below if you'd like to pick that up. Goes to help support the channel at no additional cost to you. Now, how's about we take a look at some screenshots that we've got? So the first one's going to be the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R, and all of the screenshots that we're looking at today are from Sebring, which is super neat. Yeah, see, I didn't say cool that time. Nonetheless, you can't not have a Corvette GT3 car not in yellow. It just is what it is. I love it so much. Next one that we get to see is going to be the Acura NSX GT3 Evo. Again, this was on Sebring. Looking very, very good. This one I don't know a whole lot about. I do know we've got a couple screenshots of it today, so it is at least nice to see. I think one of the things we can kind of see some decent reflections. There's nothing too wild and crazy going on in this screenshot. Don't worry, my face isn't covering anything up, so you're fine there. And we do have a little bit of spray, so it looks like there's a little bit of moisture on the racetrack there, but nothing really crazy going on here. This is another one. We've kind of got the sun coming from the other direction. We've got a lot of movement going on. Obviously can't really see the wheels going around. This is another of the Acura NSX GT3 Evos on Sebring, but we do have the headlights up in the front turned on for this one. It's kind of neat. Oh, and you can even see the cameraman way up there on the edge. Hey, what up, dude? Here's an interior shot. My head is kind of in the way of this one just from seeing the backup camera. This is the Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R, the interior of it that we saw. You can probably see that Corvette branding right in the middle of the steering wheel there. And you can see all of the bits and bobs that you would need to see on the dash. I have no reason to believe that those won't be working. Obviously, we're not going to be pushing any buttons on the steering wheel, stuff like that, but some interior stuff would be pretty sweet, especially if you're adjusting brake bias, changing gears, things like that. It would be very, very cool to see the motion in our players' fingers. Here's another one that I may have to move my big old head for. Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3Rs, two of them right here, racing each other, one in gray and yellow and one in the classic yellow and black and red. Loving that look. This is just a pretty sweet setup. One of the things I think to note here is they look like they have been through it and back. Both of these cars have a lot of dirt, tar, just stuff all over the cars. We can almost see, like, the windshield looks pretty clear. I don't know if there's actually like a way that you can see where the windshield wipers been, that kind of thing. But I do find this very interesting that the cars really look like they've been through it, almost like this is an endurance race or something, because those cars are generally filthy by the time the race is over. How about this one? Think you know about this one. The Mazda 787B, also shown driving around Sebring. Not a lot here going on. A pretty blurry picture, all things considered. We do have Rolex as a sponsor right there behind my big head, so there is that. I can't really tell what this is back here. No clue what that brand is there. A couple things round, otherwise not too much. But the car is the front and center piece here. Super excited to see that one coming into the game. If you want to see it from a different angle, you can see it here. I don't know if moving my camera here, yeah, a little bit better. This is more of a backside view of it. Again, we're on Sebring, so there's nothing too wild and crazy with that. It's just looking very good. Also, we could see Project Motor Racing. That is what's on there. Mobile One and Michelin right there on that billboard. So we do have some real branding. It is kind of weird to see as a farming simulator player, but I guess there's real branding in that too, isn't there? We kind of get a look at one of my favorite things to not only watch, but I wish I could race in this too. The Mazda MX-5 Spec Series in Sebring. Driving around, we got those nice slick Michelin tires on there. I don't know what year model these are. I would assume it's post 2016. I don't know what year they actually put on these because I don't know a lot about them. I just know I like them and they look very cool. I've got a 2017 myself, but that's the hardtop convertible, the Targa top kind of version. What do they call it? The RF ND something? I can't remember. I should probably know more about that. Anyway, if you want to catch me driving, this is probably what I'm going to be driving the most. Super ready for this series right here. I need to get me a custom DjGoHam livery on there. And if you need it, here's another screenshot, just kind of showing a couple more cars, a couple more things around. Really heavy-handed on the Dutch angles with the pictures today, so I'm kind of looking like this to get it all lined up properly, but nonetheless, looking nice. Here's also an interior shot. I'll move my big old head so you can just kind of get an idea of what it is. Really looks nice. Everything in the car is very blurry. We can actually get a very clear idea of what our player character is looking at. I wonder if this was or is going to be working with like eye trackers, possibly VR, stuff like that is very popular with racing games. Definitely be excited to learn more about that. And one more screenshot here of our Mazdas. Again, just looking nice. We can see we've got some gravel on the road itself. You can see rumble strips there on the side. Everything's looking fresh. Oh, and there on the side, that looks like a Rust-Oleum. Hey, there you go. This is our only screenshot of this. This is the Mercedes AMG GT3. I think I'm going off of the labeling that they have provided, and I'm not sure if that's right or not. It is the Mercedes AMG GT3. So something happened there with the file names. Never mind, we just got this screenshot as well, so we got more. This is one of my favorite cars. I think it's sweet. It sounds awesome, but in other racing games that I've played, it's so heavy, and it's just, I'm not good at driving heavy vehicles in racing games, and this just, I want to love it so much. It's so sweet. It's super low and real wide. That sounds so angry, but I suck at driving it. Here's another one that I actually wanted in real life. Well, the previous version of the 370. This is the 400. As a matter of fact, this is the Nissan Z GT4. So a little bit lower down on the totem pole there, but still looking really nice. This one also looks like it's been in this race for a while. We definitely have a bunch of stuff all over the front of the car, but you may also be able to see on the back part of the car, there's not a whole lot going on back there. So that's kind of neat. We can actually zoom in here a little bit just to kind of see that. Oh, very cool. Here's another shot from the back of it. We've got that single tail light down there at the very bottom. Looking good there. Haven't seen a whole lot about customization and tuning and stuff like that. So hopefully we get a little bit more information on that. That's generally something that I enjoy the most. Obviously, when we do mod videos for Farming Simulator, I'm talking about customization, features, what can you do to it, that type of thing. And when I'm playing other games, it is extremely similar. I'm doing, kind of doing the same thing with everything, trying to make my own stuff personal. So there is that. We can also see a lot more details on the back of this as well. Super high quality model here. Hopefully it looks just as good in game. Another big favorite of mine. Here you go. You got your Toyota GR Supra. Oh, so nice. So this is the Supra GT4 Evo to be specific. And we actually have a couple screenshots of this as well. This is also, I imagine anyway, going to be an extremely popular model and an extremely popular thing to drive. So definitely keep your eye out for this one. Probably as soon as I'm able, I'm gonna grab me one of these in the game. It's such a pretty car. If you were looking for specifics on each one of these cars, I actually have those now. So this is the 2022 Acura NSX GT3 Evo 22. The Corvette is the 2023 Corvette Z06 GT3.R. The 1991 Mazda 787B. 2017 Mazda MX-5 Spec. Woohoo, that's the same one I have. Kinda, I guess. 2020 Mercedes AMG GT3, 2023 Nissan Z GT4, and lastly, the 2023 Toyota GR Supra GT4 Evo. So that's all your screenshots and information about the new cars. Now, let's talk about the press release. Said we'd be getting back to that. Ian Bell, CEO of Straightforward Studios, said no passes, no rentals, no subscriptions. Project Motor Racing gives you full online racing on day one right out of the box. Built for drivers who value clean, hard competition over complicated paywalls and qualification hurdles. Next to a challenging survival-style single-player career, multiplayer competitors can look forward to cross-play monthly championships with weekly track rotation and scheduled race times, 2 leaderboard modes, which you can chase real-world lap times and factory driver challenges, and long-distance endurance hall events to mimic legendary real-world races. Custom lobbies, just like in the old days, host your own races, including cars, tracks, rules, no fees, no rentals, just fun. Social races, 15-minute casual events, perfect for newcomers, or a quick fix for veterans who enjoy diverse playlists with track rotations and trial combos, as well as ranked racing, structured championships with matchmaking divisions, and per class ranked grids. No subscription, native ranked racing defines multiplayer racing and project motor racing. Drivers begin their online career with a license test at Lime Rock Park to set a fair baseline. From there, a 0 to 100 driver rating per class rating without ELO inflation powers matchmaking and skill-based grids, while cross-play platform championships unite PC and console players to keep races fun, full, and competitive. With the official multiplayer trailer available, well, probably what you're watching right now. From grassroots spec series to factory GT classes and prototype icons, PMR adds depth across eras and disciplines. At TGS, the sim welcomes a new marquee partners: Acura, Chevrolet, Mazda, Mercedes-AMG, Nissan, and Toyota, expanding a 70-car roster that stretches from the era-defining Mazda 787B, the first Japanese overall winner of the 24-hour Le Mans back in 1991, to today's thrilling GT3 and GT4 contenders. As mentioned, we have the 2022 Acura NSX GT3 Evo 22, the 2023 Chevrolet Corvette Z06 GT3R, 2017 Mazda MX-5 spec, 1991 Mazda 787B, Mercedes-AMG 2020 GT3, the Nissan 2023 Z GT4, and the 2023 Toyota GR Supra GT4 Evo. Sebring International Raceway, one of the oldest continuously operated racetracks in the United States, is the latest circuit to join Project Motor Racing's track lineup, bringing its famously demanding surface, long straights, and technical sectors to the game's expanding global locations. PMR launches worldwide on November 25th, 2025 for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox Series X and S. Pre-orders are live now, and you can grab yours, link down below, and pre-order bonuses. Get the GTE Decade Pack. Visit links down below for more information. And there you go. That's all the information we've got for multiplayer racing and Project Motor Racing, at least today. We've now got a really big list of cars and tracks coming to the game. We also know all about career mode, as we found that out a few months ago. And now we know about multiplayer. There's not a whole lot to go, and we are even 2 months away, at least when I'm recording this video, from the release of the game. I'm curious though, what are some other things that you guys are looking forward to? What are some things that you're curious about, things that you're questioning, things that you want to see once the game is here? I don't know if I'm going to have early access to the game or not, but if I do, I bet I'm going to be playing right there, playing Project Motor Racing every single day. So get subscribed. That way you don't miss it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Hope you have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.
To the bank, top to him like all-star, ain't no missing my shot. In the game now, never losing my spot. Came from the bottom, got my eyes on the top. MVP, all-star, that's me. Sit back, watch me ball out. When I step in, bring the stars out. In my own pace, won't stall out. Made it to the top, now they all shout.